end of a nearly 17-hour siege that left a lone gunman and 2 of his hostages dead, 4 other hostages and 1 police officer in the hospital, and a city gripped by fear. It all began around 9:45 a.m. Monday morning, Sydney time. The gunman takes over a cafe with 17 people inside. Within minutes, hundreds of police officers, including snipers, surround the building. It's in the heart of Sydney's bustling business district during one of the busiest weeks of the year. The gunman, identified by an official as Mon Haron Manas, a self-proclaimed Muslim cleric born in Iran. Hostages are seen raising a black flag with Arabic writing that says, quote, "There is no God but God, and Muhammad is the prophet of God." The gunman later demands an ISIS flag to replace it. Just after 4 p.m., about 6.5 hours into the siege, a side door of the cafe suddenly flies open, and 2 men, believed to be customers, run to safety. They're followed by another man shortly after, running out of a different door. 90 minutes later, another hostage, this time an employee, flees the cafe and runs into the arms of law enforcement. She's followed immediately by another female employee. Reporter Chris Reason could see the gunman inside the cafe.
The gunman got extremely agitated as he realised those 5 had got out. He started screaming orders at the people inside. The hostages remained behind, extremely agitated.
12 hostages are now left inside. At some point, they're forced to record videos of the gunman's demands, including a demand to talk with Australia's Prime Minister, Tony Abbott. At 9 p.m., the lights in the cafe are switched off. Law enforcement puts on night vision goggles. Shortly after 2 a.m., more than 16 hours since the siege began, the gunman splits the hostages into 2 groups on opposite sides of the room, according to Australia's 7 network. One group is able to get out, running towards police officers. This man is forced to the ground for a search by police. At around 2:20 a.m. Sydney time, law enforcement say they're forced to spring into action.
There was a number of gunshots that were heard, which caused officers to enter. Events that were unfolding inside the premises led them to the belief that now was the time to actually deploy, and they did.
Australian Special Forces and police stormed the cafe from 2 different directions using stun grenades, their guns raised.
They made the call because they believed that at that time, if they didn't enter, there would have been many more lives lost.
When the smoke clears, the gunman is dead, along with 2 of his hostages, and the siege, after nearly 17 hours, is finally over. Now, this is, as you might imagine, a story